In Star Trek Infinite, the Borg are a very real threat, and if you're not careful, your galaxy can end up looking something like this, where all the planets are destroyed, everyone gets wiped out, and you lose the game. But if you play it correctly, play it smart, you can get past this threat, and you'll have the galaxy in the palm of your hand. Now, to deal with this threat, there's a couple of things you need to know first off. First off, they are an exponential threat. So the earlier in the game you can take them on, the easier it's going to be for you. So don't put it off. Take them on right away. Do the missions as soon as you can. Another thing to keep in mind is that they spawn off of the highway nodes, and the highway nodes are on the same spots in the map for every game. So you're always going to know where they're going to be coming from. So to start things off, my first tip when you start a new game is going to be to avoid surveying the black hole looking things on your map. Now the one in the center of the galaxy should be fine, but the ones out here, for example, this one right here, could be the highway. It looks like it is either that one and that one over to here and then up, or something like that. But you're going to avoid these things that look like highways when you're exploring in the early game. Leave those alone, because as soon as you survey one of those, then the Borg can start to spawn. So we're going to skip that. See that this center one is in fact a highway node, but the Borg should not spawn here.
Research model. Discovery log.
Another thing to keep in mind is your warp range for your fleets. Your survey ships, your science ships are going to be able to go anywhere they want, but your fleet is only going to be able to go in this range here, the logistical warp range. So if you're sending your science ship out into the galaxy and they come across the Borg way out here, you're not going to be able to do anything about it. So while I did say that you need to pop the Borg as soon as possible and get it done as soon as possible, you also need to keep that in mind. You're not going to be able to do anything about the Borg if they're outside of your logistical range. So do not explore any of the highway nodes outside of your logistical range. As you can see here, I have gone over, and for the purpose of demonstration, I am checking out the highway nodes here, and this is the first message you're going to get along the Borg quest line. Subspace disturbance. If you see this, then you know you're going to have Borg.
A new tradition to teach us more about ourselves.
So I saw that message as I was checking out this highway node down here, so we can safely assume that this is going to be the highway node where we will see the Borg later. So we're going to need to get our logistical range out to this point as soon as possible so that we can do the quest line right away. Now, for the first couple quests, you can assume that there is going to be about 3 Borg fleets, around like 1,500 power each, so you need to plan accordingly. You're going to need to have 3 or 4 fleets of at least 1,500 power yourself. So while you need to hurry, you also need to wait and plan. But the earlier you can attack them, the weaker they're going to be.
Research modeled.
If you let them get to the point where they're invading the galaxy, you're going to have no chance. They're going to be invading every single colonized system in the galaxy, or in the quadrant, with a fleet that is like 25 to 30,000 power each. And that's going to be almost impossible to deal with. So you have to get it done early. So it really is pretty easy in concept, but easier said than done. Basically, all you need to do to be able to beat the Borg is you need to get at least 3 fleets of at least 2,000 power. Then you are going to explore the highways within your logistical range, and then you will complete the missions as they come up. This is very important. Do not let them expire. If you do the first mission, you'll be done.
testing
At the very least, you need to do Janeway's mission.
A new star system.
Actually, I think Janeway's mission is the way to beat the Borg. So you have to do Janeway's mission. But if you complete the first mission as well, it's going to make it even easier. If you complete the first mission, the mission for Janeway, the Borg will have less power than they would otherwise. So it's basically they're escalating by time and by missions. Every mission that you do, that you complete, will weaken them. And then once Janeway installs the virus, it will get rid of them completely. And that's it. That's my guide for beating the Borg in Star Trek Infinite. I know it's easier said than done, but if you follow these steps, you should be able to do it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Just even a simple like is a huge help for a content creator like me, so thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. If there's anything else in Star Trek Infinite that you would like a guide on, let me know in the comment section.